What does it mean to be literate in the 21st century? Remembering back to when I attended school, what we considered literacy were the studies of reading, writing, speaking, and listening. These literacy skills were often taught in a bubble, with little context. Perhaps you can relate to this. Although learning these skills is still significant and won't be neglected, what we consider being literate in the 21st century is much more than that. It means being able to engage and function with various models of texts that have linguistic, visual, gestural, oral, and spatial features. These are called multimodal texts, and they can have any combination of these literacy elements. We now recognise that there are multimodal ways of engaging, interacting, and communicating, and they are embedded into everyday contexts of how we function, and for these reasons, our understanding of being literate in the 21st century has changed. For 21st century learning, we are now expected to be multiliterate, and it involves using multiliteracy skills to decode and analyse multimodal texts. In our classroom, we may analyse articles, narratives, artworks, news reports, or even memes, just to name a few. In an age of misinformation, with many conflicting values, it will be significant that we address texts using critical literacy skills. Critical literacy can require students to question the ideas in texts by considering the author's intentions within the material they are analysing. It can also help students understand cultural perspectives and values to understand and interpret underrepresented ideas. Not only will we decode and analyse, we will also produce creative responses to multimodal texts that require multiliteracy skills. A couple of examples could include designing a poster for a movie release of a story students have analysed, with the creative element being visually focused with spatial and linguistic literacies used to arrange the images and text in a given space. Another task could involve a graphic novel that doesn't have any words, and they can create a written text based on their interpretation, having students visually analyse whilst creatively using linguistic skills. Within the 21st century, we're also moving through a digital age, an environment in which we're all networked and interconnected. The digital environment also uses various multimodal mediums for various purposes. This not only has transformed how we communicate with each other, it has also revolutionised how we function as individuals and as a society. For this reason, it is essential that we engage with multiliteracy skills to support student success in the digital environment. Within the online digital environment, many of our students may already use a combination of videos, apps, digital games, VoIP calls, and more to communicate, interact, and entertain as a social activity. What's significant is that we should aim to use these social interests that students already have within the classroom to remove the stigma of engaging with literacy as an obligation, to instead engaging with literacy for pleasure. Students should recognise that literacy is much more of a social function. Students will know that the projects they're producing are not just for me, the teacher, but for a wider audience too, including their peers and family. This will help students develop a stronger personal identity and confidence when engaging with literacy. If there's enough interest, I'm hoping that we can use Class Dojo, an online web-based application in our class, where students can create their own custom avatar, publish their work from class, create digital portfolios, and share any personal experiences within this digital environment. This is intended to help build their multiliteracy skills as a social function in a digital multimodal environment. This will be shared exclusively within our class, and only students and families can access and log into Class Dojo at any point to engage with what our class is up to. It works just like a social media platform, but it will be private and safe through personal logins. We'll also retain anonymity by excluding or masking any photos of children. I'll be sending out details to families soon. Thank you for watching the video, and welcome to the class. I look forward to our communications throughout the year.